Hello students, Deepak Pandey this side, faculty at the GATE coach. GATE 2019 chemical engineering exam is over and I hope all of you have performed very well in your examination. So I am here with the analysis of the paper. This analysis is memory based. So whatever questions and whatever explanations we were able to get from the students who have attempted the paper. So we have done our analysis and I am here with the detailed analysis of the paper. Okay. So what I have done here, I have collected the questions of all the subjects except mathematics and aptitude. I have collected the technical portions. Okay. So most of the questions I have collected here. Some questions might be missing from here. Okay. If you see the questions that were asked in mass transfer, this time the mass transfer problems were quite easy problems, not very much lengthy, and they can be easily solved. Okay. All of the concepts. The one question was based on calculation of exit composition of the liquid from the absorber. So very basic problem, very basic thing. All of these concepts we have taught in the class. The other problem was based on the calculation of E by R in case of extraction. Easy and not very lengthy problem. Then there was another problem based on the calculation of minimum reflux ratio in distillation. One theoretical problem from drying. One problem from diffusion, where the mass transfer coefficient was inversely varying with the square root of the radius. Then one problem on conceptual problem on Reboiler duties in case of distillation. One problem on the definition of Chilton-Coolman number, and one problem on Henry's law, and another problem on Rawls law. If you see all these problems, so except the problem on diffusion and except the problems on Rawls law, these two problems were quite lengthy and time consuming problem also. And this drying problem, where there was a conceptual theoretical problem, this could be quite confusing problems for some of the students. Okay. So overall, if you see the mass transfer, they are easy problems. And most of the students were able to attempt the problems on mass transfer. Let us come to the process dynamics and control. One problem direct formula based. That is the calculation of valve coefficient in case of equal percentage valve. That is directly the formula of valve design. Then another problem based on calculation of phase margin. So this was an easy problem unless you know how to calculate phase margin. Unless you know that there we have to calculate that gain crossover frequency, not the phase crossover frequency. Okay. So most of the students were able to attempt this problem. Tank in series problem. Now in this case we had to find the transfer function. Now we have taught the shortcut, the short tricks for finding the transfer function when the resistance is non-linear. Okay, and that trick can be applied for two tanks in series also. So if you know that trick, you can easily solve the problem in small time. And then there was a match the column. So this match the column problem might have proved quite confusing for some of the students, but if you just apply the final value theorem to all the transfer function, you can easily find which one is the correct option. Okay, many students wasted more time on this particular problem. Okay, but overall, again from mass transfer as well as from PDC, the questions were simple. So if you have attempted these questions initially, then you might have attempted more number of questions. Okay, in thermodynamics, there was one problem on mechanical equilibrium. Okay, there were options. Then one problem on extent of reaction. This particular problem on extent of reaction was quite lengthy and time consuming problem. Then there was easy problem from solution thermodynamics on calculation of delta V of mixing, then classical thermodynamics from entropy change, and there was one problem from pure substances. These two problems from pure substances and extent of reaction are quite lengthy problems. Okay. Now this time in economics, most of the times the problems that are asked in economics are easy problems, but this time a slightly different kind of questions were asked. However, I hope most of you were able to attempt these two questions because we have discussed these concepts in classroom. However, what is different in this case, first time they have asked about the discounted payback. Now if you know that we have to use the time value of money in this particular case, then there is no problem. You can easily solve this. And in this capitalized cost, they created to confuse the students by giving operating cost also. Okay, so I will consider that both of these questions were new for most of the students. Okay. However, many students who have attended the classes, they were able to solve this also. But yes, this particular problem was quite time consuming. Okay. The problems in fluid mechanics and mechanical operation. One problem on boundary layer, then another problem on Pascal's law, then third problem related to pump on the application of Bernoulli's theorem. Then there was a problem based on entry length, and there was a problem from mechanical operation based on power number. Overall, the problems on FM and MO were easy problems. If you see the problem in process calculation, when there was a CSTR, you can also consider this in CRE, however I am considering this in process calculation. There was a CSTR and also there was a recycling problem. So this problem can be considered as a difficult problem. If you come back to CRE part, most of the questions in CRE were quite lengthy. However, conceptually they were not difficult. Most of the students, they know what we have to do next, what we have to calculate first, then what is the next step, then what is the next step. Okay, but yes, they were quite time consuming. All these problems based on segregation model, which is new problem this time, then based on adiabatic reactor and based on series reaction. These three problems were quite time consuming. Okay. However, the contacting pattern problem, the series and parallel combination of reactor and the problem on Thiele modulus was an easy problem. Okay. In heat transfer, there were easy problems like direct formula based, like the definition of Prandtl number. The numerical problems asked in heat transfer were lengthy in this case. One problem was asked in boiling and condensation, which was quite confusing theoretical question. Okay. And one problem was asked on the application of Biot number, that was a numerical problem. Okay. Almost 5 or 6 questions were asked from CT and all of them were easy problem, and you can easily get numbers in case of, easily score your marks in case of chemical technology problems. Okay, so I hope all of the students, they have used the strategy that we have taught in the class, we have told in the class continuously, repeatedly we are telling that you have to attempt those questions where you are able to score the marks easily in small time. Okay, so I hope all of you have attempted the questions according to the strategy also. Okay. So I have not included the aptitude and mathematics part here. However, as compared to the previous year problems, the aptitude part and the mathematic parts were easy questions. Okay. So if you see the overall difficulty level of this paper, the difficulty level was quite similar to the difficulty level of 2016. I would say that if you see the questions which are quite time consuming, and if you see whether the questions are more lengthy than 2016 or not, so I would say that okay, difficulty level was quite similar to the 2016 paper, but yes, this time the questions were a bit more lengthy. Okay. So what we can expect in this paper? If you see the cutoff marks for this paper, the cutoff marks will lie somewhere between 32 to 34 marks. Okay, that is the cutoff for this paper. The topper, the highest score in this paper will be somewhere between 78 to 82 marks. Okay, because easily we can attempt, average students can attempt 50 questions in this paper. Okay, and many students from our classroom program only, they have attempted 58 or 59 questions in the paper. Okay, and if they have attempted 58, 59 questions, definitely the highest marks or the topper marks can go up to this 78 or 82 marks. Okay. So till now we have done only this, we are giving only the predictions of the cutoff and the predictions of the topper marks. Okay, we'll be giving some more rank analysis, some more analysis of the marks versus ranks in a short time. Okay, so till then, if you have any query related to post gate guidance, if you have any query related to how to apply for different PSUs, or if you have any queries related to the post gate guidance of the interviews in the PSUs, you can contact us at our Facebook page fb/thegatecoach, or you can contact us at the contact numbers given at the Facebook page, or you can also comment on the YouTube videos of our channel. Okay, we have also uploaded the solutions, most of the solutions of the questions that were asked in the examination. Okay, all the very best from my side. Thank you.